Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 18 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of ATM10 to the Sky. I need better and more dedicated ore processing. This was not a good idea. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I do know what I was thinking. What I was thinking is I didn't have anything better at the time, and I needed to get something going because it was driving me nuts having to manually do this. But there's a reason that I only picked like 3 or 4 dusts and didn't do them all, and that's because this was a stopgap. So what I'm going to do is get rid of that nonsense and instead do this properly. My thoughts are we do like a relatively simple purification chamber process. So like we can just make a purification chamber easy peasy. And that should be pretty quick right now because between episodes I installed all the speed upgrades and did all the things that I need to do to make, Mekanism awesome. So today's episode is going to be let's get this going real quick. So I just need to get like an electrolytic separator, which, you know what, I should probably just teach you how to make because we know that's going to be a thing in the future. The most important thing being this, and including that is going to be you, which should be a crusher recipe with iron. Cool. Cool. So now I should have that electrolytic separator ready to rock. Bada bing, bada boom. Should be fast-ish. Yep, not too terrible. So the plan today will be I'm going to change this up. You guys are no longer going to do this. Instead of storing that all in there, I'm going to like pull this stuff down via modern dynamics piping straight from these dudes. So like right now, you guys are all probably chilling because I clipped all this stuff, but we could probably get him going again. Like for sure, we could definitely do this, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like how are we on redstone? Are we like okay-ish? No, we're not okay-ish. So let's definitely get redstone kind of sped up, especially now that we have a little bit of an improvement with regards to stuff. And then sand we can hold off on, the speed upgrades and whatnot. But this will at least let us get, more redstone and more other junk. I also threw some gold upgrades into some of my storage drawers here, mostly because, like, I don't want you guys yelling at me about not having a lot of upgrades. So, we can store a lot of things soonish. So the plan will be thus. We're going to let the squeezers do the squeezer thing, and then we're going to run this down straight to purification chamber. And the purification chamber will get upgraded with all the things. Does purification chamber let me do the gas upgrade? That's a good question. I always forget which one does what. But we should definitely do the gas upgrade from Mekanism. Chemical upgrade is what it's called. Look, I can't help that Mekanism changed the names of things like 10 years ago, and Dire hasn't caught up with that fact yet. You don't usually need as many of those, right? So I should be able to do bing, bang, boom, bip, and that's cool. Right? And then just for the purification chamber, we will want some chemical upgrades. But first, you know what else I want to do? I want to get away from the junky cables and use good cables. So I want you to know how to make this. But then upgraded to you, to you, and then to you, which should be super cool. So now I should be able to get like, available for missing 16. See what I gotta put up with? Okay. That should be fine. This is why we're doing this. Cool. So then down here, I want to do my cables with some fluxy time. Which, by the way, I taught you how to make flux points between episodes, but I don't have the dusty stuff auto crafting, so at some point I'll run out of the flux dust and regret not having automated that. Fair enough. Are you like choking on power or something? No, you're just, you know, I guess you're dumping as fast as you can. That's fair. You know, you just do your thing, buddy. Yeah, 12,000. I guess that's cool. I should upgrade that guy to top tier Mekanism fun times. But electrolytic separator here, you're going to, for chemicals, you're going to push output 2, which is oxygen, to the purifying chamber. For energy, you're going to input on the bottom. And for fluids, you can just input wherever. It doesn't matter. Cool. And then let me get a sink. Even though I have, whatchamacallit, already available, like water in the AE system, the benefit of doing the sink is I don't have to waste a channel. Right? So I like to be channels conservative when I can be. And that should be cool. Now if I threw capacity cards in here, you'd be much better about stuff, and then you could be bing bang, and then if we got the chemical cards that I made a minute ago, you could go in there, and that would be cool. And then this guy can just be an empty blacklist, so if there is anything, which I would have expected by now there would be, if I'm being honest. Oh, you know why there isn't? Because I broke my cables. So now you're going to process that stuff. You're going to attractor it. What I should do is definitely give you acceleration cards too. Oh, goodness, you scared me. Protection 5 on Breaking 5. Diamond Pants. I just grabbed these for the inevitable future where I might want to, you know, do something about them. And there's some trade that that some of the wandering villagers do that uses like stuff that's really cool. Now why you? Oh right, because you're not configured for chemicals to. Oh, you are configured for chemicals to put on the back. Why? Oh right, you need to dump excess of that. Cool. So now you're gonna make all those things, and then your side config for items will be outputting on the left, where we will do a crusher, right? Because that's what's next on this chain is the crusher. Yes. Cool, cool, cool. And you input, output, auto eject, power input. Okay, so you're going to get all the powers. You're going to get you, and you can go away, and you, and you. Cool. And then your side config should be auto-ejecting on, so that's cool. And then from here, it's enrichment chamber, right? Yep. So this should be easy for me. Same deal. All the upgrades, side config will be input, output, auto eject. The rest don't need to be nothings, right? Power is going to be a problem. Cross that bridge in a minute. In like a couple minutes, maybe. And then finally, let's get our buddy you, which apparently had a bunch of EXP inside you. I did not know. Wow, that's a lot of EXP that you had. That's kind of cool. Is there like a way I can just like get that experience, or what's the deal? Without breaking the furnace, obviously. But then you get this, that, and split on, and your side config is input on the right. Sweet. And then what we should realistically need is just an interface of some kind. Oh, right, we're out of iron, because that's a thing. Can I please have an interface? And also I would like an export bus. Thanking you. Right, so then you will auto output on to the back. Do you need to be all here still? Cool. 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 All right. So now, quick crisis that we need to deal with is cube. I need better cube. Please make. And then you're going to upgrade. And think we can, like, sneak this in before I run out of power? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Oh my goodness, that worked. Cool. Now your side config will be output and input, and that should be groovy times, right? So now you should be generating and pushing a lot more power. The only thing we're going to want to do is amp up power gen now, because it's going to be a whole thing, right? So we'll let that all cook. You can be way less derpy looking now. And that should be nice. Cool. I might also go into my sound settings here. Because we just don't need the noises. Right. So power gen. Let's talk about that for a minute. Because I feel like if I got more of these, can I just like easily make one of these? Yes. So we've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, right? So if I just got 4 more 8x's, which should be incredibly easy. And then we combined them into a 64x. Would that be super cool? Yes, but I'm assuming that we're going to need more of that happening, right? That's kind of cool. Now, whether or not this will be able to keep up with this, I'd be surprised if it could. I really would. What's this called again? Superheating element. Right? So that is a crucible heat source that is 60x. If we wanted to double that, we'd either have to look into soul lava, would be 120x. And that's about it. Right? So what's the deal with soul lava? How do we get that in this pack? Because I know that's in one of the dimensions from all the modium, but so laser fluid drill, bees, centrifuging, yada yada yada. Probably not today, would be my assumption. So what I'll probably want to do is just get more crucibles and more superheating elements. Right? And with that said, we do that. We do that. We do how many of these do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's, you know. Cool. And then you can be that, and then you can be that, and then you can be probably not that. What part of I'm clicking on the top of this don't you understand, clicker? You all saw that, right? That wasn't just Dyer being super derpy. Do I have servos? I'm going to say no. Let me get those all added to the crafty bits. Because if I don't add it when I... Oh, right, because you're... did I already have them in there? I did already have them in there. I just call them servos in my head. That's what they're called. See prior note about Dyer not being able to change names in his brain. Once it's in there, it's in there. Okay? Cool. So now you've got all this going on, which tells me hopefully that you're able to keep up with all the demands, right? So like you can stack these, right? So speed upgrades from Mekanism. If we look at the usages of this, right? This gives you more moved items, the capacity card, and more fluid transfer, right? This gives your item speed faster and item transfer frequency. So it extracts more quickly and it travels through the pipe more quickly. Cool. In addition, there's this one, which also does item speed and item transfer frequency. I assume they stack. I don't know for sure that they stack, but I assume that they do. And if I wanted to, I could either do repeaters for item transfer frequency even more, or pistons for item speed even more. I'd probably do, you know, extract frequency. Let's try that. Repeater. So if I put you in here, would you extract more quickly? I can't tell if you're faster, but you feel like you might be, so I'm going to pretend like you are. All I know is it's not hurting anything, right? And we're definitely like keeping lava in stock, right? So if we think about it, we just doubled our power production, which sounds like a lot, but probably kind of isn't. How are you guys managing all that? Like, you're okay on power, but you still need like how much? Excuse me? 4.11 what? Did you not get the energy? Nope, you got the energy, dude. That's really funny. I did not realize you would need that much power. I had no idea you would need that much power. You've got how much going on? 4.1 million FE per tick? Holy cow. We have a little bit of gold ore still going on up here. You guys are, you know, stuffs. I'm really surprised at how much power this needs. And he's only skating by on the fact that like we can't keep up with the oxygen demand. Even though, and that's mostly because we don't have enough power. Yeah. So wow, that's surprising. I didn't realize you needed that much power to do production. Maybe we should look at more power gen. Should we look at more power gen? Because while I thought 10,000 RF per tick would be a lot, it's kind of not. Kind of not enough. So let's do this. Let me clean up inventory. Bing, boop, 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 boop. And you into the backpack, and you away, and that should be cool. And let's look at the chapter on. First off, let me hand in rewards. Hooray, things. And then let me hand in other rewards. I guess that was a result of me. Yeah, just cool. Oh, you gave me some oxygen. Owner is good. Good. So if we looked at the cool parts, and we wanted to look at power gen, right? What are our options for power generation? Where's power gen? Generating galore. What would be a fun thing to do? Let's look at generators galore, because there's going to be some stuff to check out. Culinary, 512. So lava's already got me at 10,000 FE per tick. So whatever we do, we want to do more than that. Unless we just wanted a second 64x magma generator, which, to be fair, we could absolutely do. But I want to see what my other options are, you know. Because in my brain, it's more enjoyable for you, the audience, to watch me do something new than to watch me just repeat the same thing over and over again. So like I could just spam 64x magma generators all day long. I feel like that's not entertaining YouTube content. I should instead see what my other options are, right? And go from there. So enchantments is not a lot in terms of FE per tick. Ender matches lava, but like I assume. Do you tell me what fuels you do? 12, 288, and 1024 for eyes. So that's 512,000 FE, 307, 200. Okay, so eyes burn, or ender pearls burn a little bit quicker, but for less total energy. These dudes last longer for more total energy. So that would kind of be cool. I guess that's 50 seconds, but if we did a 64x, it would be less than a second, right? I'm assuming Ender Eye, like we haven't automated crushed endstone, but we could. But we'd basically need like an Ender Eye per second to handle a 64x. So I don't know if that's necessarily the approach I want to go until maybe I get like a Dark Room of Enderman or something. Dragon's Breath generator, but again, we would need like Dragon's Breath automated, which we can do with this or this. That's every 10 seconds, and that's kind of cool. That could be a fun one for after, like, that could be fun. I actually, like, kind of like that idea. What are my other options? Honey generators. That's kind of cool. Iron generators, magmatics, which we've seen. Netherite generators, huh? What do you use for fuel? Do what now from supplementaries? Is this like any fuel? I'm assuming that this is like literally just any fuel. Yeah, this is like coal and whatnot, and like wood and basically anything that can be burned. So while interesting, also not that interesting. Nether Star Generator would definitely be like a cool one to go down once we get Nether Stars automated, and then Potion Generators. So Halitosis almost seems like not terrible for me right now. Because what I could do for halitosis generators is I could go get this dude, right? I'm assuming there's some kind of weird bug with that, showing me all the solid fuels. Yeah, realistically, it should be Dragon's Breath, right? So we could just go get a Dragon Head out of the end, use an extractor to get Dragon's Breath every 10 seconds, and then see how long it lasts in here. It says 12,000. I assume that's ticks, so I guess that's a long time. And then 64x of that is going to be better than magma. Like, it's not going to be drastically better than magma, but it'll be interesting. Is that a thing we could do? So what I could hop on over to the end, yoinks. And then because I have flight, I can just go like, you know, whatever direction I want. How about this direction? That's right, my flux power is probably pretty choky right now. I don't think much of anything is chunk loaded, so I'm sure that's part of the problem. But I have enough to like fly around for a while because I have a really big buffer in this jetpack. So there's a couple things I can get while I'm out here. Very specifically, I want to find an island like a end city and the thing, the ship, so that I can you know, get a dragon's head and get some end rods. Even though I think I can get end rods without finding one right now, but when you find a ship, you will find a city, so might as well grab some end rods, you know, when I can. What are these purpley flower dudes? That is from Silent Gems. Okay. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the map and fly around until such time. And by the way, I can speed up my jetpack now, although I don't think chunk loading is going to necessarily keep up with that. So just for my own sanity, I'll wait. How about I do this? I'll do this between episodes. So I will come back next episode and we'll do we'll do this. We'll get a halitosis generator, more power gen for me, hopefully sufficient. If not, at least it'll hold me over until we get into something even fancier. Is that a deal? All right, I hope so, because it's basically what I'm going to do. For now, Delta 20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time to make a halitosis generator. And oh, there we go. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Is that a ship? Oh, we got the ship. Okay, so now I don't even have to say, assuming there's a dragon head there, but I think I see it. It's probably too dark for YouTube to recognize, but I can see it. Sweet. So there you go. Cool. So now I've got everything I want to get to make this a thing. And yeah, when we come back next episode, I will have fun setting this up. Cool. For now, take it easy.